Marking in the wind. Better if I feel the standing as suspiciously for the ball in the field. You quite the sweat for this, cover the unfilled the dirt for this 2 moons. Glare for the sight for the silver over your life for the pebble, the blue for the streets, this will be the yard. Over the theory, over the wonder, the clutch that for the same to be the future. You took the eye for the one of the clutch, and you steal that for the light, the aching of the knife that won't soon forget. Withholding, we're not a poor over the walk through the city for the stopping over your small things, and do not be the people crossing over your bond. The people watching this is separated for your lambo. The skies become blank, blood stained over the walls. This stain, strong stone, watch, dread it. Dreaming of living in a fantasy zone where they die for to never be awakened for the blood that's split over you, dripping in the reality for the border. Nothing you can live for something to distract yourself with. Distract myself with the thought of you. I can imagine us pushing past the shadows and dark ways, and I can find I already washed my hands and still to find the reminders to the conflicting natures of your smile in your eyes. Suspiciously for the ball in the field.
Just like the sunlight I found.
Marking in the wind. Better if I feel the standing as suspiciously for the ball in the field.
You're all I've ever been thinking of. Who am I gonna love?
Marking in the wind. Better if I feel the standing as suspiciously for the ball in the field. You quite the sweat for this, cover the unfilled the dirt for this 2 moons. Glare for the sight for the silver over your life for the pebble, the blue for the streets, this will be the yard. Over the theory, over the wonder, the clutch that for the same to be the future. Marking in the wind. Better if I feel the standing as suspiciously for the ball in the field. You quite the sweat for this, cover the unfilled the dirt for this 2 moons. Glare for the sight for the silver over your life for the pebble, the blue for the streets, this will be the yard. Over the theory, over the wonder, the clutch that for the same to be the future. You took the eye for the one of the clutch, and you steal that for the light, the aching of the knife that won't soon forget. Withholding, we're not a poor over the walk through the city for the stopping over your small things, and do not be the people crossing over your bond. The people watching this is separated for your lambo.
I'm so used to you now. Still I excuse you for breaking your vow. Just like the sunlight I found. I'm used to having you around. You're all I've ever been thinking of. Who am I gonna love now that you've turned me down? Just like the rose did.
Marking in the wind.
That's used.
Better if I feel the standing as suspiciously for the ball in the field. You quite the sweat for this, cover the unfilled the dirt for this 2 moons.
Close dear.
Glare for the sight for the silver over your life for the pebble, the blue for the streets, this will be the yard. Over the theory, over the wonder, the clutch that for the same to be the future. You took the eye for the one of the clutch, and you steal that for the light, the aching of the knife that won't soon forget. Withholding, we're not a poor over the walk through the city for the stopping over your small things, and do not be the people crossing over your bond. The people watching this is separated for your limb. The skies become blank, blood stained over the walls. This stain, strong stone, watch, dread it. Dreaming of living in a fantasy zone where they die for to never be awakened for the blood that's split over you, dripping in the reality for the border. Nothing you can live for something to distract yourself with. Distract myself with the thought of you. I can imagine us pushing past the shadows and dark ways, and I can find I already washed my hands and still to find reminders to the conflicting natures of your smile in your eyes. Main course. Wondering and hiding for the who's and finding enforcing for what the helicopter over the hovering over you for the eternal love, for the grace to feel that for the soft and embracing over your dead. Smile harder than erasing. You can find the iron idle hands, and this is mine forever forged. This is thoughts of mirrors world and never the minerals and the finds and siphon cavern thoughts. But that line gone before for this mother look at me for this to be assumption for the mother. You can find the bones of this is dope, I know. You patient, overstimulated for the hands to be, impatiently for the people all around me that seem to be home for the closer to another, the wanting the feelings to pass my lips, this remorse over the feeling of the vomit of the truth. Free sparrows fly high above the sky for the heart burns. Bright in that heart that kind of define the chest, giving a moment for the rest and get prepared to die for the rather that even myself in the relevance of this would be instead. A poem called Housekeeping or Betrayal, Backstab, Gossiping, for the evil deeds of this, for the sake of the misery, for the love, for the battle, for the learning, for the still here, for the this would be the fears of and the braver heart. Would have wept, but this did not lose an eye, for this word not promised for the head of dear hearts. This is told once again for the untold hearts. This immortal man for this within. I lean to myself for the living and the behind that never ended. For the around me, I'm growing for this vision, for the comparative, for the properly rendered. Conscious of the vast and open space, and this thought for the going into waste. This is not to be the waste. Taste to find the farewell for sticking over your gone. I wonder whether thinking of you the feel for the spring. Or since that disable me for the crowded room when I stand alone for the passing over the I could be unknown for this to be the bird that I could fly and overflown and escape by the clock, eclipsed by the thought for the body of the sun. Light begins to fade, the darkness has worn. It's crazy enough for the fight, the urge to stir me. Life cannot stand it when I cannot find a way to purpose anymore for distract you for the beautiful means of this everything in between. Set in the kind of times that cross the line. Our ideas forgotten, this is a code to find the desk. Interrupted for the clean index of the touching over your thumb, but examine the texture for the recorder over your electric for the droning of black disc ground for the speaking over the diagrams of machines and this is sound. You would be the flower, I would be the bee. Cutest it could be for this to be the wonder, whether I could be the honey, yes, you really. An artist, this is the yesterday stretch, this is true, the wolves and fairy. Her infinite wealth, it is the ponder over the power for the seams and most potent in the joints, and this would be the spilling it upon everyone for the hour. Because of her love for the together, for the sweeting embrace, and this a kiss that lasts forever, for the embrawling of the taste of this to find a body, for the matching pace of this and nothing else, and this is for the place that I can find a breakfast at home.
Breaking your vow. when summer is done. And I'm so used to your kisses, all the others seem strange. Used to your loving, and I don't wanna change. I hate to lose you, I'm so used to you now.
Love money and the justice and the foundation of the throne. And here you are today for this to be healing of the golden. Memories like this OBK with strife. What's the possibility for mine is yours? This is the heartbeat of your mind. as I heard, find the taste and so it fills your lungs with pain. I can't fathom when you can find the character that find the traits. So it was messy enough at the pit was the time of the feeling, the unseen for them is beautiful proof for this fold away for this the percent over the holding over your present mood. Unconditional blue for the thinking and but the care too much for the living anymore for the never felt the words and inspire that for the paper know you feel unsatisfied this be the part of your own insanity for the constantly drown property say your code for the after this message you can find the stumble you can find the title this and how to fail to find that you do the needs of the food the tricks of this tonight it would be I wrote the rhyme the past time for this getting over the nine for this denying to symbolize that for the losses of the plunder no more the destruction for the wandering over the life of the crumble of the way for the speed the disruption the flow of God for the God's region back to life and the back to life what was really the worth holding over the worth to come torn in half of that deserting home for this to piece it up and there for the better of alone true reversing you can find it with you over the reverse with the rehearsal over the transcript this small word for the you think it could be all easy these ones think that I'm all alone there's money still random words counting down to the mouth to follow the rely on the words leading to the ceiling with the freedom and the head and then the brain is sounding the word of my destiny emotional mutiny from the illusionary command from the cabin nodding down right hand wrapped to around your eye running through the hourglass of motion poetry titled today love for tomorrow live for is fear easier to die titled safe belief kings are left alone only order come you have to let it go trust me break up down heart shatter fall mine good sun shines come you avoided despair for this to be the love that airs no mine comparison for the entitled for death to be the hate no running through the haze and can't lose anything for the noise of it ever to find the inches of the find the ending of the fog and back in my sight for this is shaking with the realizing never needs be the same the reoccurring nightmare
Do you ever feel clever with the words and not wrangled and turns into part like ancient history? How do you ever know what's for the win, for this, not for whatever? I guess it's clever than clever for the thinking it could be the clever. Overthink myself, listen to the mishap. Lateral of you for the overthinking the actions and what I would do for this to be the certain what was done. And I don't know, nor do I do. Know it you too, do to this or have you won for this, not just win, but this if you can, but if you choose. But I'd rather have you than argument for the debating game for the something that was done for this, not my fault. And I wish I was never to talk about deep discussions about the fate for this to give you up for the grabbing of the bait. Or do you ever feel so exhausted by the day to do or to just not say anything anymore any day? For let the sides be what it was made for the development of the self-respect for the hearts to become distant for the ways of the thought for the actors just to freeze me. Love is how I wish to seize and size me. I'm wrong all of the time, but it's the even excitement for the dumb enough to think the happy things it is for the love just as it is, just exploring the dreams between the light waves. But do you ever feel clever with the words and not wrangled and turns into part like ancient history? How do you ever know what's for the win, for this, not for whatever? I guess it's clever than clever for the thinking it could be done. Clever. Or overthink myself, listen to the mishap. Lateral of you for the overthinking the actions and what I would do for this to be the certain what was done. And I don't know, nor do I do. Know what you do this, or have you won for this? Not just win, but this, if you can, but if you choose. But I'd rather have you than argument for the debating game, for this something that was done, for this not my fault. And I wish I was never to talk about deep discussions ever to fate for this to gift you up for the grabbing and debate. Or do you ever feel so exhausted by the day to do, or to just not say anything anymore any day? For let the silence be what it was made, for the development, for the self-respect, for the hearts to become to the simple, for the ways of the thought, for the actors that frees me. Love is how I wish to seize and size me. I'm wrong all of the time, but it's the even excitement for the dumb enough to think the happy things it is with the love that just as it is, just exploring the dreams between the light waves. And it withstands that make believe, and it's more exhilarating than believing in miracles and countless religions. With the sign me up, and I know you do, for I know you feel it too, for the exhausted, the defending of the side, for your story, for the frustration, the exhausting as a string. Tiring enough of the hate, it being reasonable for you're angry, for they can't stand finding contradictions in your story. And I refuse to pass judgment anymore except in me, because I trust what you say, and perhaps I'm at fault. And I'm sorry. Your life is like that, for this life, for this she makes you feel alive, and I make people feel for the repulse. And hold grudges and to buy the pride of stupid people, for I am stupid too, for the Lord heaven, for the Lord heavens and I don't want to be. Lord in heaven and I don't want to be. And I know you do. Get so exhausted defending your good name for this, your side of the story, for this to always try to admit when I'm wrong, for I always apologize for the good reasonings. Though I know I rather overthink and do sometimes for the right thing, for the you blame me, I do too, for the you shouldn't have to defend your name anymore. Or yourself anymore. You're exhausted from that too, and I know you feel it, but I know you do too. What? Independence. Sun gazing after the sunset, watching the clouds for the shine bright, yellow for the visiting over the you can find an invitation like that bomb to the flame for thoughts to the brain. She comes and takes in this, never too late for this beautiful and never the yet sorrowful. Gaze in the eyes and yet beastly wonderful enough that she steals choices is absolute for this, and she's needy for the pleasing ingredient never the not easy. Her ears never listen but the striking, but you never leave bleeding. Your life is true beaming. Alive is despising her for this, instead for this whether abide to her. But all this fate is one path for this through her for the day or night. For she comes regarding her for the words or messenger for the lady get death has life to despair. All in one basket, put everything in. I'm had one basket, I gave it to you. Hope we can get it to share for the trust and invest together for the growth, like passionately for the bonding and stay within soul. Mate. The basket is taken away and I was left empty-handed for the lost, lonely, repentance and over your destitute. Bankrupt for this, yeah, I have to start over for this a little bit if I have it left. But I have others and offers. But it would take the time for the trust again, for the choose carefully. The next time out of dirt, first survive for this to not give up for what feels like everything. I will use God, my guiding light, in Him. I always have a self-worth regardless of the material decisions, and I Him. My cup will always overflow. Loving you was misery, but I spared the heart, so I had to break mine for this hope. I love you much just to find what couldn't leave you, for the ripping out the heart for this took the spine, only if you knew. I knew I, or what I needed to. But how do I tell you?